Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In through, and it's very difficult to hear. You have that noise too, don't you?
A little bit. I have like a
Hello, everybody, and welcome to EIWA Wrestling on YouTube. We're at Bucknell's Davis Gym today as the Bison take on the Long Island Sharks in a wrestling match. My name is Carl Bauer. I'm working with Miles Bassett. Miles, this Long Island crew had quite a trip this morning.
yeah. They traveled in, I think, last night. Got a workout in, but it's always a little weird being on the road.
And they're going after this match. They're going directly to Bloomsburg to wrestle another match.
Really.
But the Bison are going to Ryder.
Yeah.
National anthem done with solo trumpet. That was pretty cool here this morning.
Yep.
The Bucknell Bison are coached by Dan Wernsberger. He actually is a graduate of Michigan State University. And on the other side of the mat, the Long Island Sharks are coached by Joe Petrovich. Joe is actually a high school football and wrestling coach who was very successful in the state of New York and then decided he wanted to go to the collegiate level.
Huh, I never knew that.
Yeah. And Long Island recently was Division II.
Yeah, they just moved up.
Yeah. And obviously have attracted some pretty darn good wrestlers. Here are the lineups. At 125 for the Bison, Grayson McClellan. He is 0-10. He's a freshman. He's going to be wrestling Robbie Cigaris, who's a sophomore with an 11-9 record. At 133, Kurt Phipps for the Bison, 22-8, a junior. His opponent, Kalen Francois, who is a freshman, he's 5-9. At 141, Darren Miller is 13-4. He is a senior. Is he wrestling today, Miles? Do you know?
Yes, he is.
Another wrestler scheduled there is Dylan Chappell, 16 and 6, a sophomore. So both those 141 pounders having really good years. Devin Matthews is the wrestler, the Shark wrestler. He's a junior with 11 and 9 record. 149, Braden Bauer is 13 and 8. His opponent, Drew Witham, is a junior, 16 and 8. That should be a good one. 149, we'll have to keep our eyes on that one.
For sure.
157, Riley Bauer's a freshman. He's 3 and 7. The Bauer boys are from Williamsport. Twins, having a good career here at Bucknell. At 157 for the Sharks, Rise Royster is a senior. He's 11 and 10. 165, Chase Barlow is a freshman. He's 7 and 14. His opponent, Blake Bana, is a sophomore, 9 and 8. 174, Sam Barnes is a senior, 9 and 15. TJ Frandon is a redshirt junior. He's 7 and 12. At 184 for the Bison, Mikey Bardish is 10 and 7. He's a freshman. His opponent, Joe Lopresti, is a junior at 2 and 11. 197, we've caught up now with our PA system here. Nolan Springer is 11 and 10. He's a sophomore. His opponent, Joe Duza, is a freshman at 3 and 3. And at 285, Dorian Crosby is 12 and 9. He is a junior, just had a scintillating match here a couple of matches ago. Won the match for the Bison. And his opponent from Long Island is Aiden Begg. He is a sophomore. He is 8 and 5. Our officials, Scott Bricker is the main official, the lead official. His assistant is Jose Rosa. Our director is Steve Cable. He is assisted by Jay Hoffmaster. Technical director is Sam Dixon. On the cameras, Dave Bodmer and Lindsey Perrin. And we are all set here at 125 pounds. Grayson McClellan for the Bison, 0 and 10, a freshman. Robbie Cigares, a sophomore, 11 and 9. And McClellan in deep.
Yep. McClellan's got to start elevating that leg. Try to keep that leg straight, elevate his head. As Cigares is looking some kind of crotch lock. Going into a far ankle 50-50.
They are 50-50 right here. The officials looking it over. Again, this is Scott Bricker. No takedown yet.
Yep,
it's close.
Got a death grip on that leg right now. He's not letting it go. He's still in the fight. Cigares is going to try to bridge him over. They might call. No, he's not in danger rule yet.
That is very close. The referee very persistent with that, letting the fans, and there's the takedown.
Yeah, McClellan's got to ditch that leg now. He's almost trapped himself with that arm in there. Cigares not really able to work anything quite yet with that leg still trapped across. They're in a stalemate.
Yeah, looking for a stalemate. That's what we get. 2-0. Cigares of the Long Island Sharks in the lead. Cigares coming in on top.
He's going to throw that leg in. He's going for a cross-body ride here. We'll see if he tries to hook that far arm of McClellan. Looks like he ditches the boot, actually.
That is such an old-fashioned move. The guillotine. Very, very old-fashioned. In fact, if you look at any symbols of wrestling, that's what you see, the cross-body ride.
Yep. You got to be real careful with the cross-body ride, though, especially when you're on your base riding the guy, because he can roll through a lot easier than he can like a figure four or a parallel ride.
Well, it's such an old-fashioned move that most people know how to come out of it. And if you've ever been in it, you know you don't want to be in it a second time. That is such a painful hold.
McClellan was just hit for stalling on bottom.
No points. It's with the second warning that a point is awarded.
Cigares is looking for that far wrist. He's going to start collecting. He might go bar here. Nope, he's going to throw the leg back in.
Good move on the part of Cigaris. If you're good with legs, you can really control your opponent. Now there's another
stalling.
Oh boy! Now the point is awarded. It's 3-0.
It looks like we're going to end this period with about 2 minutes of riding time in favor of Cigaris.
That's the end of period 1. 3-0. Cigaris of Long Island over McClellan of Bucknell. Okay, do you know his record? I do not. And is he a junior?
All right. McClellan on his feet again. Another single leg.
I would like to be accurate.
Not quite as deep this time.
Okay.
Back in that same position. Cigaris has the cradle locked up.
And he has McClellan in some kind of trouble now.
Yep. So Cigaris was looking to try to get that far knee inside of McClellan's legs, but McClellan was able to kind of bail out of it. Looks like he's going to try to reload. Yep, he's got those knees up. All right,
gave up on the cradle. There are 4 back points. If you're familiar with high school wrestling, but not collegiate wrestling, you know nothing about the 4-point near fall. Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, the rule was made, it's hard to get guys on their back in collegiate wrestling. And because of that, instead of having the 5 swipes for 3 points, we do 4 swipes for 4 points, and then it's still 2 swipes for 2 points at both levels. And that just makes it a little bit easier to score, a little bit easier to come back from tight matches. And it rewards you for turning the guy.
Well, as you know, Miles, I really spent a lot of time at high school wrestling. I like the 4-point near fall. I wish the PIAA would bring that in.
Yeah. I think the reason they don't is it's one of those things, it's if you got a guy that's really, really good on top, you can end a match in a period with just a bunch of tilts. I mean, if you look at a guy like Spencer Lee, who's doing that, against the top 5 in the nation at his weight class, you could run in a lot of trouble at the high school level with it.
And that's the end of period number 2, 9-0 our score.
Interesting. Cigaris chose top here. Looks like he's probably going to look for either the cradle again, or he's going to try to throw that leg in, go to the crossbody ride, and try to get some near fall points. Yep, there's the leg. He's going crossbody.
Very good with that crossbody ride. Many times the smaller wrestlers don't go into that very much.
Yeah, it's a preference thing. I mean,
yeah. Obviously, he's very good at it.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that you can get it over and over again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And McClellan's got to start crawling forward if he wants out of it. It's not very tight quite yet. Like to see McClellan kind of hip smash. Yeah, this is not where you want to be. You got to get up to your base.
Oh boy. There's another violation, another point awarded for stalling.
Riding time is locked at this point for Cigaris. Looking for a barbed wire. Decides to ditch that. Looking for inside wrist again. Looks like he's still looking for that cradle because he keeps trying to get that tricep of McClellan across.
Also called the cross-face cradle. McClellan actually has learned from being, oh boy.
Nothing quite yet.
Being thrown over in his back now, a power half by Cigaris.
Yep.
McClellan actually fighting off pretty well. Considering the score here, it's 10-0, 11 with the riding time point.
McClellan's real close to danger. Looks like he's going to avoid it again, seal off. Cigaris is going back to the power half with 15 seconds left.
Oh boy.
So if you're McClellan here, you just need to not get turned, keep it to the major decision instead of the tech. It looks like he's going to be able to do that. He just needs to stay tight here.
And that's it 14-0 our final. Robbie Segaris gives his team a 4-point lead. Not able to get to tech fall. At this point, Long Island leads the duel 4-0. We go to 133 pounds. One of the stars for the Bison, Kurt Phipps. He is 22-8 coming in. Kalen Francois is a freshman. He's 5-9. He is wrestling for Long Island.
That should be a good one. Phipps in on that single leg really quickly. He's going to run the pipe, finish it, collect the hips. Yeah, I think Phipps is going to let this guy up. Nope, he decides to get some riding time going.
Might build up the 1 minute of riding time first and then let him up, take him down.
Yeah, I expect Phipps to score a lot of points in this match.
He is so much fun to watch.
He is. He's actually looking for he was for just a second, he was looking for a cross-wrist reinforced tilt. I think he's okay with Francois going up to his feet since he got the takedown so quick.
Francois now in deep on a single.
Yeah. Phipps is looking for a hip tip. Doesn't quite get it. Stays square. He almost has that far ankle there. He's got it now.
Isolating that leg. And potentially dangerous call.
Yeah. Some knees were going to get torqued there.
Yeah. You can see both wrestlers with pads on their knees, so you know that they have some kind of knee difficulty.
Another straight-on shot from Francois. Another hip tip. This is such a hard position to be in if you're the guy shooting and getting stuck under someone. Yep, there he's going to go flat. Phipps is going to start looking to break the grip and get around.
Good, tight grip by Francois, keeping himself out of difficulty. There's a cradle and a 2-point takedown.
Yeah. The problem is on a guy like Phipps that's so quick and also a very, very good scrambler, a straight-on shot is very, very rarely going to work on him. You've got to figure out a way to either get him moving and reacting or to finish really quickly. You can't hang out. Phipps is going to go to that power half. Oops, not a power half, excuse me. Now he's going to the power half.
Had Francois in a compromised situation, but Francois able to work his way out of it, get back to his belly.
It'll be interesting to see. We did see a lot of stall calls on bottom in that first match against Bucknell. We'll see if refs keep it consistent versus LIU. I suspect we're going to see one pretty soon. I think that was a verbal warning right there from the ref.
Yeah, he's talking. Letting the wrestlers know he's got an eye on them.
Phipps is going to get that hand across the back. Ref's going to make sure it's legal.
And Phipps not able to pick up points yet. He is very close. Yeah. End of the period.
Yeah. But Phipps did manage to get 1 minute 48 seconds of riding time in that first period. Yep.
Francois defers and Phipps goes bottom. You're watching EIWA Wrestling on YouTube here today. The Bucknell Bison in the orange and blue uniforms, predominantly white. And the Sharks of Long Island in the gray and gold uniform.
Two wrestlers trade cautions, trying to beat the whistle a little bit. I always say, if you have the cautions, you should use them.
Sure. If you get a little bit of head start, that can make all the difference.
Yep. Phipps up to his feet quick. Francois tries to return. Phipps is going to go switch straight into a tight waist. He might look tilt here. I can see him getting ready to roll.
You see Francois putting his prop out there, trying to prevent his being turned. And the wrestlers go out of bounds. I'd like to go back to 125 just for a second and talk about the violations for stalling. Segaris was able to get stalling points against Grayson McClellan. He got first the warning, then the point, 2 singles, then a 2-point call, and finally, if the referee decides there's a stalling again, that terminates the match.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. I wonder what he was seeing in that match with McClellan that he wasn't seeing in this match. Just the curiosity in me is wondering that. But Francois is in on a leg. Actually, both guys are in on a leg now.
Phipps in a very good position here. If he can pry that leg loose as he's trying to do.
They're going to stalemate that. That probably actually works in Francois' favor. Phipps was looking for a cradle there.
Yeah.
He was keeping that head buried under his own leg, and he was probably going to snap something on soon.
44 seconds remaining here in the second period. Phipps up 6-2. $30 seconds remaining.
Yep. A little pull from Phipps there. Phipps gaining ground. Francois backing up. Another straight-on shot. Good re-attack. He's got 11 seconds to finish this. He's going to dump again. Gets the 2 points.
Nice takedown, Kurt Phipps.
Yep. And he's going to get his riding time over 2 minutes at this point.
Francois, I'm sure he didn't want to do that, but that's what he has to do. He's going underneath again. He was very controlled in that second period by Kurt Phipps, and also in the first period for that matter.
So I'd expect Phipps to go for a quick turn, and if he doesn't get it, I think he's probably going to start at, he's going to cut Francois and look for the major. But actually, he's got a pretty tight bar here.
Good bar by Phipps.
Francois is doing a good job staying on his base.
Phipps now trying a half.
Oh
boy.
Good reversal from Francois. It was almost like an ankle pick reversal into a switch.
Francois now looking for a cradle, gives up on that, goes back up top instead.
And if my math is right, Carl, it looks like Phipps did lock the riding point in. Could definitely be wrong, but Phipps in, on a leg, looking for the reversal again. Francois kind of drapes his own foot over Phipps's. Phipps is going to look to retrieve the other ankle. Looks like Francois is going to be able to get behind.
45 seconds remaining. Stalemate call by the official. 8-4 is our score. Phipps with the riding time point locked in. Phipps on the bottom. Oh boy. Another false start call. Francois controlling from the top.
Phipps looking for that switch again that he's been successful with earlier.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's the head. I think what the official's looking for on those stalling calls is if the head is down or not. Because I'm just trying to think back. I think Francois did an okay job keeping his head up a little bit, where Phipps's head dropped. But I still don't think that's necessarily the best way to call stalling.
And that is the way it's going to end. 9-4. Kurt Phipps of the Bison. Gives his team their first points. It's 4-3, Long Island with the single-point lead. We move to 141 pounds. 141, Darren Miller. He is a senior, record of 13-4. His opponent, Devin Matthews, is a junior. He's 11-9. 11-9, 13-4, should be a good one.
Yep, this should be a good one. Miller is, I believe he's ranked either 13th or 14th, depending on what site you look at. NCAA qualifier. So this should be a good one. And one thing about Miller is he's just so strong, especially in those tie-ups.
So he's controlling the head of his opponent.
Yep. He's going to look to bring this down to a front headlock. He's got it down. Yeah. Even if he doesn't score from here, this is just so taxing on Matthews. I've been in this position on Miller, and it's not fun.
Works your lower back, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, and your neck. Yeah, so Miller's got that underhook on the side. He needs to look to bounce it. Or he might even go pancake.
That's an exciting move.
It is. It's fun.
The guys who know how to use that can really make things interesting.
Matthews does a good job escaping the pressure. But Miller's kind of got him on his ice skates as he's in on this single leg. Still nothing. Miller brings it up.
1:52 remaining
Miller's
here
got
in the
this
first
tight.
period.
Big lift.
Nice counter
Matthews trying to scramble.
by Matthews.
Both guys have their head at the same height. Miller's is getting to his a little higher. Got to watch for danger rule. Looks like they're counting it. Nothing yet.
Oh!
Ooh, you got to watch that knee.
Wow.
Could have been bad.
I didn't like that at all. Oh, my goodness. Takedown, Darren Miller. He could have paid a nasty price for that, the way that knee was turned, but he was able to get through it.
Yep. Miller's going to start driving this guy flat. You see, now this is the exact position. Oh, there's a tornado call. That's what you call the injury time. Yeah, it looked like the Matthews was trying to call injury time, and Miller took advantage of it and got him on his back.
He's close, and
he
there's
got
the
it.
ball.
Yeah, that's why you just can't stop wrestling. Looks like some kind of elbow issue.
Elbow,
yeah. But you can't stop wrestling, especially against a guy like Darren Miller.
Oh, boy. That looks like it's going to be a serious one.
Yeah. I bet it was when he was loading that arm up.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. That's going to take some treatment.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something just some ice can fix.
Okay, we're moving on to 149 pounds. And for the Bison, this is Braden Bauer. He's a freshman, 13-8, having a tremendous freshman year.
I'm actually going to jump in. This is actually Colby Dupron today that we have in at 149.
Drew Witham is the opponent from Long Island. He's a junior, 16-8. So we have 16-8, 13-8. This should be a good one also.
Yep.
You know, you hate to see those injuries occur. Wasn't anything that was intentional or anything like that. It just happens sometimes in this sport.
Witham in deep early on Dupron. Able to hook that leg.
Dupron, the sophomore, is 7-9 on the season.
Nothing quite yet. Dupron's going to start looking to kick over. He's got to watch the danger rule. He's close.
Official pointing out Dupron's shoulder was not at the angle that is needed, and there's a
great re-attack. They're going to throw the brick at that. I don't think there's anything to throw the brick at. Nothing yet. Good wrestling sequence by both guys.
Dupron trying to come out to back. We have the brick on the mat. When there is a stoppage of action, The referees will take a close look, and there's
That's
the
2 for
takedown.
DePron. So I think they're trying to, sorry, go ahead.
Now we go to the video. Referee coming over to the coach to find out what the problem is here, what the argument is. And now the referees are going to take a look. Is that automatic? They look at the video?
Mm-hmm, they should. Yeah, I'm guessing that they're arguing that it was 2 points for the takedown as DePron was close to danger. The ref gave a couple one swipes, but it's close. We kind of have a view of the replay. This will be a hard one to overturn, though, because it's not conclusive one way or another.
Well, there's so much action there that you really didn't have any place where you could say he has him. And as you said, the one sweep twice. Referees looking at it. That's the nice part about having the video replay. Team score now 9-4, the Bison. And we're waiting here at 1:49 to find out what the decision is by the officials. But Miles, I think you're correct. I think the referees will say now there was no takedown there, but there is a takedown for DePron.
Yeah.
Referees looking it over very closely. All right, we're coming to you through YouTube. We'll be back right after this for further wrestling action.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication of every Bucknell student athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
We are back here, EIWA Wrestling on YouTube. We're at Davis Gym on the campus of Bucknell University. The officials have decided there was no takedown by the Shark, and therefore the Bison, Colby DePron, ends up with the takedown.
Colby's got a very, very tight claw ride here. He's going to look to throw that leg in. He's got it. Yep. So
working for the half.
The crowd is already calling for stalling.
You know, for Saturday morning, there's a nice crowd here at Bucknell.
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. Yep. Yeah, I can see the call probably coming soon if we're still testing our theory that it's if the head is on the mat or not. There's the warning, and DePron is going to get him over with that. Oh, very close.
Matthews, a very tough customer here, fighting off that turn by DePron.
Now DePron is looking for that far arm. He's going to bar it up. Yeah, I don't understand why they're there.
There's a warning.
I was just about to say, I don't know why there hasn't been a stalling call yet.
It should have been. Yeah. I agree with you completely.
There's the leg in again. DePron's so good at going from that claw ride to the far side and then swinging his right hip in, getting the leg. And then
breaking down Matthews even further. That's something he does very well, too.
I would not be surprised to see another stalling call by the end of this period.
2-1, and that is the end of period number 1. 2-0, Colby DePron over Devin Matthews. Oh, not Matthews. With him.
DePron's going to choose down. Caution on Witham.
False start.
Franz flips his hips over. About to look for the reversal. Might even get him on his back here. Going to take the 2 points. Witham keeps going for that almost cartwheel-like move. He's tried it 2 or 3 times now with no success. As DePron gets him completely flat again with his legs in.
Now keep in mind, Witham is 16-8 coming in. DePron 7-9, so you have to consider this to be an upset so far.
Yeah, another stalling call is coming soon. Witham's just taking it on bottom.
Just trying to survive it.
Yeah, there's Prawn might get a turn here. He's gonna.
Oh, he's looking for the bow and arrow.
Yeah, he's gonna start reaching for it. That's kind of DePron's way of saying, if you're not gonna wrestle, I'm gonna make you wrestle. Gets the bar again.
Cross face. You can just sense the stalling call coming. There it is.
There it is. Another point for DePron, making it 5-0. Almost 3 minutes of riding time.
DePron with a deep arm bar. Keeping himself in bounds.
Witham might even
there
be
we go.
considered fleeing. Yeah, DePron's getting frustrated.
Yeah, he
I mean,
sure
I
is.
get it.
Well, when your opponent won't wrestle, he won't do anything except become a turtle on the bottom. It becomes frustrating. You can't do anything you want to do.
No, absolutely.
Witham to his feet,
Yep.
DePron behind.
Witham does a good job of towing out, goes for a Granby to no avail.
Nice defensive move by DePron, making sure that he was not turned. Deep half by DePron.
And the leg comes back in. So the thing with that Granby right there, Carl, is when you're on your feet, he was up. DePron had made a couple attempts to try to return him, but I would like to see Witham try to stay on his feet a little bit longer before going for the roll. He almost just kind of decided, I'm going to end this period on bottom if I can't get this.
Witham does the smart thing. He goes neutral. DePron right on the attack immediately.
Yeah, Witham's getting tired. DePron's putting the pace on him.
DePron was pounding on Witham the entire second period, part of the first period. When he walks off her, he's going to really be beat.
Yeah, he's going to need some ice for those shoulders. Witham's starting to cross his feet a lot, too. Yep, there it is again. He crossed him. DePron takes a shot. Witham goes front headlock.
1:15 remaining. DePron up 5-0, and he has the riding time point locked in. Witham just wants this period to be over so he can get off the mat.
Witham's trying to go upper body, though, with DePron, which might not be the best idea. DePron is very, very good upper body with some judo-like stuff.
Witham continuing his attack. You have to give him credit for that. He hasn't quit.
DePron can get one more takedown here, though. He will get the major decision with the riding time.
Trying to get on the inside. He has that underhook. But down to 5 seconds.
Oh, Witham throws him. I think.
Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my.
Let's see, they give, so it should be, I think DePron should still win with riding time.
Score stands at 6-6, but there is a riding time point for DePron, and he is going to win it.
No, I think they're going to overtime.
Oh,
Excuse
boy.
me.
No riding time?
No, I think it was he had 5, and then Witham had the 6-point move. Riding
That's
time
right.
tied it.
That's right. So we're at 6-6 into overtime. Sudden victory. Anybody can win. We're back to square one.
Yeah. First 3 periods don't matter at this
Yep.
point.
What do you have left in the tank? DePron needs to be very careful he doesn't get thrown again.
Yep.
I'm sure that's in the back of his mind.
He's got to be careful here.
I guess Witham is showing us why he's 16-8.
Yeah, he's gritty for sure.
Oh, he's come back big time. 6-6. We're in sudden victory. Good shot.
LeBron's got to get above the knee. He's in really, really deep.
Nice single leg shot by DePron comes to his feet.
Oh, nothing yet.
And, nope,
still no
Whizzer. Whizzer by Witham.
Oh.
And there's the takedown. What a tremendous match.
Yeah.
Colby DePron wins out. 8-6 the final. Picks up 3 team points for his Bucknell Bison team. 12-4 our score as we go to 157. Wow, that was wild and woolly. Holy mackerel.
You got to give it up to Witham, though. He fought tooth and nail for every single second in that match.
He was a beaten wrestler in the second period because he was carrying around Colby DePron the whole time. And obviously DePron really putting it to him, but then he came around with the big move.
Yep.
Final score, 8-6.
Can never be complacent.
All right, at 157, Riley Bauer for the Bison. He is 3-7, a freshman. He's from Williamsport. Rise Royster is a senior. He's 11-10. Those are the opponents here. Royster from Long Island, the Long Island Sharks, and Riley Bauer wrestles for the Bison.
Riley's got pretty tight control on that arm of Royster. Throws him by.
Reese Royster with the experience. He's a senior.
Bauer appears to be the stronger wrestler just by the way this hand fight is kind of going. You can also see it in the legs a little bit.
Royster in on a single.
He's going to
trying to lift.
Good defense by Bauer there. Royster almost kind of went for the big move there when he could have just cut back and taken the easy 2.
12-4 the match score. The Bison with a comfortable lead at this point. This is the halfway point of the wrestling match, 157 pounds. Now both these teams will be moving on to another match today. The Bison to Ryder and Long Island to Bloomsburg. So I don't think we're going to have an intermission. I think we're going to just keep this match going.
Yep, I believe so. Give everyone as much traveling
Yeah.
time as possible.
Yeah, and rest time. Witham he's going to have some catching up to do. And with Colby coming off his back to prevent the pin there at the end of the third period, he's going to need some time to rest up too.
Yeah, both those guys are going to need a good breather.
A lot of energy expended.
Low shot for Royster. Bauer on his butt in the splits. No 2 yet. He has that underhook.
Great flexibility on the part of Riley Bauer.
And treetop. Bauer spins out of it, still nothing.
No takedown.
Wow, look at this.
The underhook by Bauer.
Still nothing on the edge of the mat. Royster tries to bring him in, collects 2 ankles. No
Bauer with the
control.
whizzer. Bauer with the whizzer, and there's the mat assistant indicated a takedown.
See, that would be a good time for LIU to throw the brick, but they lost it on the earlier challenge. It was close.
It was
It
very
was
close.
really close. I wish we could have seen it. I wish our angle was a little bit more to like the left or the right, so we could have seen exactly where Bauer had that whizzer.
The whizzer was in, but it was barely there, and there's the escape. Riley Bauer picks up the first point of the match.
Royster has been on the attack this match. Bauer on the defense, but it's worked out for him so far. He's had some really great single leg defense by using that underhook.
The underhook and the whizzer is what saved him there at the very end of the period. Wrestlers ear to ear, not the most advantageous place to be.
Tries to elbow pass into a shot. Isn't able to get the hand out of the way fully.
No score. Oh, 1-0. I'm sorry, 1-0 for the escape. 50 seconds remaining here in the second period. We're at 157 pounds.
Neither guy looking too keen to take a shot here. Kind of bull locked right now. Bauer got Royster stuttering there.
There's a
In
shot.
on his own shot.
Good single leg attempt. And the wrestlers go out of bounds. No takedown. Good movement there by Riley Bauer. Royster getting his headgear back on, and we're ready to go. 10 seconds. One to nothing, Riley Bauer after 2 periods.
Yep. Royster chooses bottom. Bauer's going to look to ride this one out, maybe get some points on top.
Oh,
I
caution.
actually thought Royster moved first.
Royster immediately to his feet. Cuts away and secures his own point. We're tied again at 1.
Yep. Riding time at exactly 0 seconds currently. Anyone's match. It's essentially 0-0 if you really want to think about it like that.
Yeah. I think we've talked before about the importance of being able to stand up and cut away. If you can't do that at the collegiate level, you're not going to win.
Exactly. I mean, it really is that simple. You can't get up. You can't. It's very hard to win because getting up is a confidence thing. You know, if you know you can get up versus anyone, you are willing to take more shots. Bauer with double underhooks. Royster just kind of running.
And the wrestlers go out of bounds. We're going back in to the center of the mat. 1-1. 1 minute left. Period number 3. Both wrestlers looking for that one opportunity.
Shot by Royster. Bauer counters. Re-attack again by Royster. Back in on the leg. Strong hips by Bauer. Bauer's looking to collect that ankle. Posted on his head. Still nothing. Bauer might throw the leg in. Almost has 2 points. He's got the hands broken.
14 seconds. There's the
2 point.
takedown.
With 5 seconds left.
And that's how it's going to end. 3-1, Riley Bauer of the Bison over Rise Royster of Long Island. Good bout.
Yeah, absolutely.
15-4 now the match score. We go to 165. Chase Barlow of the Bison is 7-14. His opponent, Blake Bana, is 9-8. I think we're going to have another good one.
Yep, this should be.
Barlow, a freshman. Bana is a sophomore. Again, the match score 15-4. The Bison in the lead.
Hard club from Bauer. Or sorry, not Bauer. Barlow.
Barlow with a good shot to the single leg.
Bana drags it by, trying to get him down.
No control.
Oh. That's a bad call right there. If they're going to call that fleeing the mat, they should have called that single leg that Bauer had on Royster fleeing the mat. I think that's a terrible call. I'll just go ahead and say it. They were wrestling. He was spinning.
Yeah. The coaches for the Bison agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Still no points. Nothing.
Unfortunately for the Sharks, they've already used the brick. They don't have any complaints left.
Yeah.
They can yell all they want, but they won't get any action from the officials. They've already used that opportunity.
Yeah, it was Bana looked like he shouted at his corner, no two there.
Well, there before that last flurry, it seemed like Barlow put his hands down on the mat, which would have meant 2 points for Bana. But the official did not see it that way.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers, once again, out of bounds.
Yeah. That rule is always so weird, the rear standing rule, because it would have been rear standing if he touched, but since he went for the roll, it wasn't considered a rear standing finger touch rule. It's a bizarre position.
Fortunately, you don't see it very often.
Yeah. It reminds me of that Ethan Laird, Max Dean match that was probably about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was called into question because in that one, Dean did touch his hand before he went for the roll. And maybe Barlow did there too, but since LIU has no challenge brick, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. Use that challenge. If you lose the challenge, you're done.
Yep. I actually really like that rule, though. I know in tournaments, it's like a certain amount that you get. I just remember, I can't remember what NCAA final it was, but the head coach just threw every single brick he had left, and there was like 4 bricks in the match.
Yeah.
And it was all for like little stuff, like it was when hands to the face was just just added, and it was like a bunch of hands to the face rule stuff. So I like in duels that it kind of keeps things going quicker. Makes you think about your challenge more than just throwing it out willy-nilly.
Officials yelling at Bana for using hands to the face, speaking of that. And there is a takedown.
2-point takedown. Yeah, Bana's very good at those slide-bys and chucks, but he doesn't have much on the leg attack side.
14 seconds remaining, first period.
Bana goes for a roll. Tries
Collected
to
the
elevate.
leg. Wrestlers out of bounds. Score remains 2-0. Chase Barlow of Bucknell. Bana to the bottom. 9 seconds remaining, first period. Caution green. Barlow apparently was detected pushing Bonna ahead. That's what the indication was from the official.
I thought he did too. It's one of those things that most refs will let you get away with, but I guess he just decided.
End of period 1. 2-0. Chase Barlow of Bucknell over Blake Bonna of Long Island.
Bonna's going to choose down. Barlow is going claw ride.
Barlow with a good tight waist. Needs to keep his hips up, though. You saw he dropped his hip down to the mat. That's not a good position to be in. You probably hear the fans yelling, stalling, stalling, as Bonna puts his head down on the mat.
Yep. Bonna goes for the roll. Barlow follows well. I mean, I can see where the fans are coming from on this one. And I mean, there's times like right now, he's just kind of laying there, but he is moving to a certain extent. But I would not be surprised to see the warning come out soon.
Yeah, I think that's imminent.
Yep, there's the verbal warning.
No difference in posture on the part of Blake Bonna.
Bonna up to his feet, tries to block the knee of Barlow. Bonna almost looked like he was trying to get a clasping call there by touching the mat early. Barlow staying in bounds.
And the wrestler's out of bounds. Barlow with 1:50 riding time, 33 seconds remaining in the period. 2-0 the score. Barlow with the first period takedown leads it.
Yeah, Barlow's going to look to ride the rest of this period out.
Riding time just passed over 2 minutes.
Yeah, every time Bonna gets to his feet, he doesn't look to peel the hands. He's trying to push the knees away.
Yeah.
And you can't say Barlow isn't trying to return him. I mean, to me, there's a clear and obvious lift and effort.
Now, in case you're wondering, when these wrestlers are standing, Barlow is locking his hands. That is legal if you're standing. When they come back down to the mat, that interlocking has to be immediately released, or it's a point for the other guy.
Yep. Growing up, my coach always called it a free move. If the guy gets called for clasping, you have about 10 to 15 seconds, give or take, to just try something, because you're going to get a point anyway.
Yeah.
Whether it's a roll, a switch, a stand-up.
Chase Barlow to the bottom. He has the 2-0 lead and 2 minutes and 22 seconds of riding time. There's a caution.
Looks like they actually just hit Bonna for the same thing they hit Barlow with earlier. Ref seems to be pretty consistent on that. The stalling calls, it's close. Bonna brings him back. Barlow on his base.
Bonna with a weak half on the far side.
Barlow to his feet again, gets returned. Bonna a little high right now. Barlow might swim out of this. Nope, he's back to his feet. Good job using his head to cut away. Bonna's trying to look for that slide by again. Kind of smacking the head of Barlow there.
Barlow in deep.
Yep, great job using a head block reattack. Bonna's not giving this up. Barlow's going to get extended. He's fine letting this clock eat up. He's effectively up 4-0 with riding time almost being locked. Yeah, Barlow's got that lock tight. I see this being stalemated. Yep.
.54 seconds remaining. We're in the third period, 165 pounds. Chase Barlow of the Bison up 3-0 with the riding time point to be tacked on when we're finished.
Yep. Another shot by Bana. Barlow was able to try to get that ankle, actually, and then Bana did a good job extending his foot, so he wasn't able to.
Another good competitive match here in this dual meet.
Yeah, Barlow's content sitting here.
20 seconds. Bana now sits back, collects the legs. Barlow able to get him back over. Final score, 4-0. Chase Barlow of the Bison over Blake Bana of Long Island. (18-4) the Bison. And now at 174 pounds, I think we're going to have Coy Bastion.
Yep, we got Coy Bastion out here. Local guy.
He's from Selinsgrove,
yeah.
Just down the road from us here at Bucknell.
Yeah,
he's a sophomore.
15 minutes-ish? 15
Yeah.
minute drive, yeah.
Yeah, not very far. Of course, you have to go through the strip. That always slows you down.
They'll finish the highway eventually.
His opponent is a redshirt junior, TJ Frandon, who is 7-12. Coy hasn't had much of a chance here yet, but you can bet his heart is pounding now to get into this one.
Yeah, this should be a good one. One thing about Bastion is he's really, really tough on top when he gets those legs in. And he's also just insanely strong.
He had a terrific high school career at Selinsgrove. Made it to states a time or two. His mother graduated from Warrior Run High School, and his dad is a Milton graduate. So they're local people too.
Yep. Super nice family all around.
Oh, yeah. Younger brother, also who is going to Milton High School right now. He was a quarterback last year. He is wrestling for the Milton wrestling team right now.
Yeah, they just had a match versus Selinsgrove, didn't they?
Yeah. And Selinsgrove, which has really outstanding team this year, they were able to take that match from the Milton Black Panthers.
Bastion with that underhook loses it as Frandon gets kind of a front headlock position. Kind of weird little reach shot there. Almost like a poke.
Yeah. Well, Frandon's being bothered by a couple things. He was looking at some blood, I think, on his hand from bloody nose, and he just shook his head with that last move there by Bastion. I'm not sure what's wrong with him.
Yeah, that is. I did notice that now that you say it.
Bastion in deep on a single. Coming up. Trying to come out the back. Good position by Coy Bastion. No takedown yet.
Yep. Brandon's he's trying to kick that tricep. Coy tucks it so he's not able to.
Watch out for the knee.
Yep. There it is.
Okay, potentially dangerous call. I think that was the right one. That knee was being turned in directions it shouldn't be. 58 seconds remaining, first period. No score. This is the 174-pound weight class.
Lunging kind of dive shot there by Frandon. Tries to go wizard kick. Bastion cartwheels over. Probably going to get two here.
Almost. Should have it. He's got the leg locked.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not calling this.
There's the takedown. And potentially dangerous. Again, the knee. Bastion's knee.
That seems to kind of be a theme for Frandon. Whenever he gets in a position he doesn't like, he tries to kind of move that knee a little bit.
Yeah. Bastion letting Frandon know he doesn't appreciate his knee being turned the wrong way.
I wouldn't either.
No, that was, I'm sure that hurt.
Yeah, leg coming in immediately. Bastion's going to start attacking.
The official taking a long look. These guys are beating each other up.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. It's getting feisty out there today.
Coy Bastion rubbing his eye, and Frandon taking shots to the elbow. Bastion with the escape leads it now 3-0 here at the beginning of the second period.
Good job kicking out by Bastion. Another injury time.
Yep. Injury time by Frandon. When that heel came out, I think it clipped him on the side of the head or in the eye, maybe.
Probably concussion protocol. Looks like he's getting up.
Medical staff, medical official looking at him, making sure he's giving him the checks for concussion. And we're going to concussion protocol, and that means we're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this for more of this wrestling match between the Long Island Sharks and the Bucknell Bison. Stay with us.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication of every Bucknell student athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
Our score, 1:24 remaining, second period. This has been a rough and tumble bout here at 174. At times, both wrestlers showing the effects of the rough action.
Yep. Straight on shot from Bastion. He's able to look to finish out the back door. He's able to get one of his ankles free. See if Frandon keeps it legal.
Bastion doing his best to keep it legal.
Yeah. See, I think there needs to be a penalty point in college wrestling for things like that. I mean, every time that Bastion gets in a scoring position, and Frandon thinks he's going to give something up, he just pulls the knee. I mean, it should be a point, in my opinion. It's just how guys get hurt.
Well, you actually recovering from an injury right now. I'm sure you're conscious of that and aware of it.
Yeah, it's just not fun. No one likes hurting their knees. Especially when it can be avoided. Like, sometimes stuff happens. You fall funny, you land funny, but
Bastion in a great position here, comes around and he picks up the takedown.
Good work there. He's going to look to ride the rest of this period out on top.
5-0 the score, and Bastion is going to have 40 seconds of riding time as this period comes to a close. Given the choice, Frandon goes down.
I don't know if that's the right choice. I mean, Coy's shown the ability to ride Frandon already, and I haven't really seen much in the sense of Frandon being able to get up to his feet. He's in a quad pod right now. Oh, okay.
There's the escape.
I take it back.
Frandon with 1 point, 5-1, makes a shot. Good defense by Coy Bastion, and he picks up the takedown.
Yeah. So what happened there is Frandon basically, I've always called it opening the window. He flared that arm hard, and
Yeah.
Coy just said, okay, thanks for the free two. And it looks like Coy's going to start cutting him. Yeah, he's going for major decision here.
7-2. Bastion with 1:01 in riding time.
Yep. Good shot.
Right, almost directly by his opponent.
Yep. Yep. Coy's looking to turn in and get this takedown. He hooks the leg. Now he just needs to grab that far ankle.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Got to look for neutral danger.
Wow. Frandon's leg was really straightened out there. Almost to the point of hyperextension. TJ Frandon stalking Coy Bastion. Bastion not letting anything open, and now Bastion with a good deep double leg attempt.
Yep. Bastion's got about 25 seconds to finish this. He's looking to wrap up and get the major decision.
Now you see how he came up, straightened his back, got his head in a better position, and now trying to come out the back door.
Yeah, Frandon does have his ankles right now.
5 seconds. Yep. With 1 second remaining, we are going back into neutral position. And the score is going to be 8-3. 8-3, Coy Bastion of the Bison. Team score now 21-4, the Bison, as we go to 184 pounds. For the Bison,
Mikey Bartouche.
he's 10-7, he's a freshman. His opponent is Joe Lopresti, he's a junior, but his record 2-11, advantage to the Bison.
Quick
Oh
shot.
boy, nice job, Bartouche, with the first points.
Yeah, he's already looking to collect that. Yeah, this is not going to be pretty for Lopresti. Getting him flat with that bar. He's going to start running it. Yeah, this is, oh.
Good flexible shoulder on the part of Lopresti, good thing, because that one was looking nasty.
Yeah, that didn't look fun.
Lopresti into his shell, just hoping not to be turned over.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what Lopresti's game plan here is. Yeah. Bartouche making him get up. He did not want to stand up.
Bartouche looking to improve on his 2-1 score. Had what looked like a routine takedown for the first points of the match, and he gets another one.
Yeah, I mean, Lopresti just shot and just kind of let go. Yeah, he's going to look to take him down again.
4-2, 1:20 remaining, first period.
Yeah, Bartouche is just on him like a hawk.
You're watching EIWA Wrestling on YouTube. We hope you're enjoying it here this morning. Actually, it's 12:09, so we're afternoon. Good takedown. 6 points now for Mikey Bartouche. Wouldn't be surprised to see another push away.
Yeah, I mean, Bartusz is heavily in the driver's seat right now. He might just look to get that 2 minutes of riding time for the rest of this period. Oh, chin drop attempt. I'd like to see probably a stalling soon against Lopresti. He's kind of just...
He's earned it.
Yeah.
Wrestlers still inbounds.
I thought we were going to see a lot more after that first match.
Yeah.
Where they were hitting the bottom guy over and over. And yeah, I mean, Bartusz is literally pulling him back into the mat.
5 seconds. And we're going to end this period, period number 1 at 184, with the Bucknell wrestler up 6-2.
Presti's going to choose neutral.
Oh, he's been taken down 3 times.
Yeah, but he hasn't been able to get up on
Well,
his
that's
own
true.
accord either.
That's true. At least he's standing to begin the period.
And yeah. Another shot attempt, yep, and just an easy go behind, yep, he's going to cut him.
8-3. Bartusz with 2:08 in riding time.
Yeah. Bartusz is just on him. I mean, decent snap by Lopresti. Another
Bartusz
shot.
with a single, switches to a double,
Yeah.
picks up the takedown.
Yeah, it looks like drilling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really does.
You know, he gets to the leg and it just kind of falls over.
Bartusz freeing himself.
Another shot. Presti gets a whizzer. Yeah, and
Oh,
there's
boy.
the slide by. Yeah, I mean, he's crawling out of bounds.
Nice movement on the part of Bartusz. (12-4). Lopresti with 4 escape points. And Bartusz with 6 takedowns.
And a tilt. Gets 2 points. Points have not been dumped yet, because it's still considered the same hold. There's the 2 points. Good job by Bartusz for going for that tilt at the end of the period.
Yep, gave him a little bit more leeway. Bartusz going bottom, leading 14-4 here in the third period at 184.
Have you ever seen a start like that, Carl?
I'm sorry?
Did you see how he had his hands behind his back?
Yeah, he put his hands behind his back so there would be no question that he was not ready to go.
I've never seen that before. That's a new one for me.
I would imagine that's something that he learned in high school, and he just continued it here.
Old habits die hard, right?
Yep.
Another shot attempt by Lopresti, and
as you said, drilled takedown.
yeah, he's going to go for the tech here.
Escape Lopresti.
Bartusz just needs 1 more takedown and a ride out, or 2 takedowns, and I suspect he's going to go for the 2 takedowns.
Single leg seems to be his takedown of choice.
Yeah.
He's used that quite a bit.
Yeah, but Bartusz is strong. He's got a mean double leg on him, too. And there's another snap go behind. Yep, he's going to cut him. He's going to look for the tech here. Gives him a big old push. Saying, all right, this is my mat.
This is my house.
Yeah,
I'm at home.
I let you come in,
Yeah.
and it's time for you to leave.
Have a nice trip over to Bloomsburg.
Yep.
19-6. Next takedown will be for Bartouche will be the tech fall.
Yep. He basically just needs to get to a leg. Once he gets to the leg, he's got the takedown. And there it is.
There it is. That's it. 21-6 the final. 5 points for the Bison. 26-4 the match score. 2 bouts remaining. 197 is next. Nolan Springer is a sophomore. He's 11-10. His opponent, John Duza, is a freshman. He's 3-3.
Looks like there's going to be a forfeit at 197.
Ah, okay.
And the one thing you got to say for Lopresti there is, you know, he fought the whole match.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he didn't give up.
He brought what he had. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. All right, at 285, Aiden Begg is a sophomore. He is 8-5. Dorian Crosby, a junior, 12-9. If you were with us just a couple of weeks ago, you know that Dorian Crosby absolutely brought the house down with a big win.
That was a fun one.
Oh, it was. It was great.
Yeah.
Good match all around, but Crosby brought it home, won the match, won his bout, and that pushed the Bison over the edge.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 285.
This duel is, this duel is effectively over by team score, but seeding purposes, getting bonus points is still important. Going upper body with Crosby is not a good idea. He is a Fargo finalist in both freestyle and Greco, as well as a PI AAA state champ.
Yeah.
Can't forget that one, right?
No. That's where I live. I live in a high school wrestling venue.
Early stalling call. I like that call, you know. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I'd be getting into a slapping match with Dorian Crosby either.
no, it's not high on my list of to-do things. Yeah, Crosby's just pushing him.
And the wrestler's out of bounds.
Bogue is just backing up here. Crosby needs to look to snap. He's got all this forward pressure. Oh,
Keep in mind that Begg has already been warned, so the next violation will be a point for Crosby.
Yep. Crosby's had the underhook there for a second. Now he's got a 2-on-1. See if he decides to go back to that single leg. He just needs to literally just take one step backwards, and then Bogue's leg will be right there.
Certainly the aggressor this entire first period so far has been Dorian Crosby. Our official, Scott Bricker, taking a close look here. Begg's first step is backward.
There it is. Whoa! Officials got to run out of the way.
Takedown, Dorian Crosby.
Yeah, that was the Crosby train right there. Yeah, and he's going to chill on this edge for a little while, build up some riding time.
And the wrestlers go out of bounds. Interesting, Dorian looked back to see if his foot was still in. It wasn't.
Yeah.
He thought he was still in bounds.
Yeah, it looked like he was in bounds, but his foot came up off the
Yeah,
mat.
yeah. Crosby in on top.
Yep. Let's see if Crosby decides to throw that leg in. Bogue immediately flat. A lot of forward pressure for Crosby. Bogue does already have a stalling warning. Crosby with the tilt. He has,
Only a 2 count.
Yep. He's got the 2. There's the dump.
Crosby with a golden opportunity there. I thought he was going to drill him.
I did too. I think it just caught Crosby off guard. It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally, I was gonna say something, and then I saw it, and I just completely blanked.
Okay, 4-0 entering the second period. Begg takes the top position. I see stand-up cutaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stand up.
Merkel attempt.
You have the idea that Begg has used this before.
Yeah, but he might go straight. Oh, Crosby would have been able to get that half. That might have been all she wrote. But he does have that bar now. He's going to look to start running it. Crosby kicking Bogue's feet out of the way.
Now he's free.
Yeah. And this is about to get really
Running
tight.
the bar. He's got the other arm trapped as well.
Now he's in a Turk position. He does already have the 4 points, but he's looking for the fall. He wants more. And it's close.
Lifts the leg.
It's there.
And
that was a pin.
oh my, there it is.
There it is.
There's the fall. Dorian Crosby with the fall. Final score, 38 Bison, 4 Sharks. So now the Bison will get into the shower, maybe grab a drink, something to eat, and then they're heading off to Bloomsburg to wrestle their second match today.
Yep. No,
No,
they're going to Ryder. Yeah, LIU's going to Bloomsburg.
Right. They have to go simply on to 80 and out to Bloomsburg to wrestle the Huskies. So, interesting match. Worked out well for the Bison. And we're here again, I think, next Friday, is it?
I believe so. Yeah.
So you're going to be working then, too?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll be together. For Miles Bassett, I'm Carl Bauer. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube, EIWA Wrestling on YouTube, and we'll see you soon. So long, everybody.